Hello, everybody. Welcome in. It's been probably around a month or a little longer since I've gone live. So, for it to pop up since yesterday announcing it, I think just putting up the little thumbnail thing. I appreciate y'all for already dropping some thumbs up and getting some comments over the last few months. Has had a lot going on, and on a daily basis, it's just been so incredible, so surreal that it's nothing it everything that's happening wasn't things I was thinking of. I was just trying to keep it down to a minimum when it comes to me and Mikey bags of money at the Reseller Cartel brick and mortar shop. I I almost got choked up the other day when I got a gift, and throughout all the donations, just looking at it, it's really kind of been a little hard to keep up with in a good way. And a lot of donations that we get matches me and Mikey, and then the rest goes over to the shop for the nonprofits and also the thrift shop because there is a difference of things that get donated. So for everybody that has even thought about giving us something, donating, thank you to have, and those who just will in the future, because there's already almost like a schedule for people telling us plan on this being a monthly thing, and it's it's I can't tell you how much I appreciate everybody as well as everybody in the shop. It's been fascinating for people to come from all over the states, people messaging us across the seas, Australia, Canada is not across the sea unless you count the ice that's probably going on right now. But it's been amazing, and you all have made it possible for all of us to be doing what we're doing because on YouTube as content creators, you could share content, but if you're not getting the support, and I think it was Dawn that said it yesterday when I was visiting her live. She does a lot of jewelry sales, and I learned from her channel as well. That's going to be Hudson Vintage. She said your vibe is your tribe, and I immediately was like, I love that saying. That should be put on a T-shirt, a sticker, a 1 inch pin or 2 inch pin or however big you can make it. 44 in the chat. I was a little nervous because I haven't done this in a while. Just wondering how today was going to go, and I feel pretty comfortable. Had a little butterflies, but I'm okay right now. Ladies and gents, thank you for coming in. If you haven't already, I'm SonnyLasVegas. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'm a full-time reseller. I'm trying to balance that out with being a full-time content creator. And you might be thinking, what's the difference? Financially, the money is the difference. I want to get to a point to where I could get my wife out of her job and let her decide if she wants to go either back to school to get her master's, which is something she's been talking about for years, or join me on YouTube. But Carla, my wife, has her own style, and I want her just to feel comfortable doing what she does. So that's been one of my biggest goals that I've been talking about all year. And I've been reselling full time now, just August, September, October, November, a year and 4 months. So some amazing things have happened, and I think why they have happened not only because of all of y'all and those who have come in and out with support and stopping by when you can. I think is just me believing in myself and proving only to myself and not looking at everybody else like I used to back in the day as like I would say an immature person that would be like the world is against me, and I would point fingers at people and the places that I worked because some of it was their fault. Like we all know, and people that we work with, they make it hard for you to want to succeed or do a good job because you don't get any reward or pat on the back for it when somebody else who could be lazy just get as much accomplished at the job and have the same title and same position as you. So that was very discouraging for me. And that was also one of the things why I left the military. But where I'm at now, and I talk about this often, I feel like I'm in an amazing place that I don't look at things like sad songs or negativity to give me this rush of having to do something and go to the gym. Now the way I am run off of like my mental fuel is the good vibes. The good the good vibes keep me going, and they keep me light on my toes, and just makes me feel like every day it's still up to me and I'm independent at what I do. And that's what I encourage people is ask for less help until you've maximized everything that you could possibly do yourself. And when you're stuck, ask people for advice. Use that advice. Don't take people for granted, their time, because it'll happen to you. And if you don't like that feeling of, which I'm sure most of us have, most of us are adults, you don't like that feeling. So don't do that to others. Don't just ask for things like advice and then not use it and then do your own thing. That's really a waste for everybody. Whoa, 51 people. Larry Way Out, what is going on? Welcome, welcome, my friend. Got Roman right here. Roman has been going live quite a bit lately, and it's good. I'm listening to a lot of people while I'm working, but now working is not the same as it was before. It's more of trying to keep up with listing on List Perfectly to end up listing on eBay, Mercari, Poshmark. I think I'm going to get rid of Depop. It's not really working out. I do get some sales, but it takes forever, and it's more of people just following you. Then I noticed they unfollow you. It's kind of reminds me of what Instagram used to be back in the day, like a follow for follow. I guess that's like an unwritten rule on there. And I'm just not vibing with it. So I think I'm gonna get rid of it. But I do know some people that are doing really good on there and not so good on things that I feel I'm doing good at, like eBay and Poshmark. One thing I like about Poshmark is one of the easiest platforms to list stuff on. I haven't had any issues with it other than noticing when people put, and this could just be me. Let me know if this pertains to you as well, folks. On Poshmark, when people put stuff inside a bundle, that nothing ever happens. It just ends up being in a bundle and that's it. They don't buy it or anything. So I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do there. I'm not sure if that's like unwritten rule or some kind of thing where when somebody puts something in their bundle that I'm supposed to send an offer saying they're interested. But you let me know. And one person I should probably ask and shout out to is Lizette. Um, I can't think of her usernames. There's two of them. She might come inside later and I'll point her out. But Lizette is pretty proficient in Poshmark that I need to reach out to her. Who else we got in here? Ray, what's up, Ray? We got Uncle Harry. Uncle Harry's an amazing guy. I not Karen, but Curran. With my accent, I may be saying it wrong, but she's out there in Delaware. And I was asked, she said she follows a lot of YouTubers, resellers out there. And I said, do you follow Harry Humstone? She's like, I never heard of him. I was like, well, you should. That's what I told her. She was like, all right. And she's been messaging me. She came down from them parts on the east side down to over here at the Good Stuff thrift store and hung out with us for a few days. She ended up coming on a day that was closed. And for those who are planning on coming over here to Vegas and want to see some of us at the shop, folks, I go there as often as I can, but I'm usually out of there by 3:30 because I try to get home to cook something warm for my wife or read something from earlier in the day or the day previously. So I try to time it literally as she's coming down the stairs to where boom, it's ready hot because she loves her food hot. I'm more of like it has to be lukewarm. I'm soft that way, but that's the way I roll. So after around 3-ish, I'm probably out of the shop. Unless I know for a fact she's probably off and I could be there till around 4:30. But email us is the best way to go to say, hey, I'm going to be out there. Hopefully I could see you. And at least that gives me a heads up to kind of balance what I got going on for the following day. Cause there has been quite a bit of people that have been coming over to the shop and I end up giving messages after the fact saying that they missed us, that our day didn't see us or we missed each other by a few seconds or we just didn't go at all. So a heads up is really good. And man, it's been crazy at the shop. A good crazy, I would say. The support has been incredible. The sales are picking up, but for this time of the year, the holidays, for it being a brick and mortar location for people to step in, it's a lot better than what I thought. I try not to think about stuff and just be grateful for who comes in the door, whether they get something or not, and learn from the customers. I think has been one of my biggest things that I've been kind of focused on is who's coming in, how did you hear about us, what's your name. I usually ask everybody, what are you looking for, and then I tell them what's going on in the shop rather than, hey, there's a me and Mikey's section over there. I try to get to what they're looking for and then direct them in the areas, but there's still stuff I'm learning about the shop, and there's some amazing gems inside the shop, and some stuff is I wouldn't say thrift prices, but there's still prices worth getting the resale for some things, but not everything. So there's a little love for everybody to find. You just got to look for it like any other thrift store and boutique. But that's the unique thing about it. People coming over, it's not just a thrift store, but it's something special. I can't put my words for it, but George the Nomad said, Antique Nomad said when he visited, was, he said, this is the future of reselling. And I was like, I'm going to use that in the title. And that's exactly what I did. So those weren't my words, folks. And it was a really good experience meeting George. He just had a live earlier too as well, showing some stuff, what he sold. And I learned a lot from him ever since he went live, I believe with Danny, the niche lady. We got Rita in the house. We got Vic. How's it going, Vic? I think that's a new profile and name for me. I love watching you and Mikey interacting. I love me experiencing the interactions with Mikey. It's one of those things when the camera's off, even more stuff happens, and I'm like, did you record that? No, did you record that? It's like, oh man, and we don't try to repeat it at all because it doesn't come out the same. But Mikey is an amazing person. He works his butt off. And I need to start working my butt off as well. When it comes to vacations, I tend to slow down for some reason. I get out of my mojo, and going on vacation since Thanksgiving, I'm just now like, okay, I got to get my butt in gear. And we're planning a huge, what is this? The Fleekus. Let me show that right there. We're planning, for those in Vegas are planning on visiting. I think, what's today? Thursday, Friday. I think Tuesday is when we're going to start having about a 30% off all clothing. So if you're coming in, what you've been coming in, or even if you went in today, I have so much more clothing. We're going to bring it in, and on top of Mikey as well. And then we're going to try to do sales every week to get stuff in and out. So this is a huge learning experience. I'll tell you that. Huge, huge. If only I could use Trump's voice. Not that I like him or hate him, but whenever I think of huge, I just picture his little duck lips. Huge. Cheryl De La Cruz. Cheryl, I don't know if you just came in, but folks, when I said earlier that I was like got choked up, Cheryl gave me a gift, and I might have the video up tomorrow. I haven't had a video or time to do any in a few days, probably 4 days a day. And Cheryl walked in, and even afterwards when she left, I was still in shock. And Rebecca, the manager of the shop, was like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "Here, open this." And she was like, "Oh," she was like, "Sonny, if you got that gift, it's because you're doing something special, and you just need to keep doing what you're doing." I said, "Well, tell me what I'm doing so I can keep doing it." Not to be getting things like that, but just to know more or less, because when I was in the military and then working armed security at the Win for 4 years, I was in the military 10.5 years. I got out. I worked for the school, went for a digital media degree. I didn't really have like a life of like a civilian life other than a student. And then when I came to Vegas, I became a kickboxing instructor. I worked for the USPS, and then I worked for the Win for 4 years. So the last 4 years were back to like a military mentality, of look a certain way, look sharp. Then it got into, you got to learn how to talk to people, which I think I'm okay at already. And then it went downhill. So when I started coming over to a full-time reseller, I was like, how do I talk to people? And I've learned through you all that I could be myself. I didn't know how to do that. And as funny as it sounds, a lot of people don't know how to be themselves in front of a camera. And it's just something that when you put that camera and you turn it on, you're like, I got this. And you're like, hey, I'm Mikey Las Vegas. Damn it. What did I say? I'm the niche lady. And you just start doing all these hiccups. But you have to learn how to laugh at yourself. And that's one thing I've learned. And that's one thing I love to do, is laugh and make people laugh. So I really wouldn't have found the way to be myself without all of y'all showing me in your comments and support and in person that being myself is welcomed and really encouraged to continue to share content. Because if not, I would really be struggling with how to find myself in my away from reselling to be a husband and a good person, trying my best at both of those. But it's really tough when you don't have people that don't pat you on the back or say, "Hey, good job," or "Here's some advice, and this is what helped me, and this is what I did wrong, but don't do this, do this." And that stuff goes a long way. And I didn't have that for a long time because I was in the military, And at the win, they teach you or tell you, I want somebody who I can depend on that has answers. But how do you have answers for situations that you never come across? So it's kind of wishy-washy with some things. Is borderline. Nelly, hi Nelly. Looking forward to a spectacular year, 2023. I will tell you this, folks. Just a little bit of 2023. I think the first 2 weeks, me and Mikey are gonna try something new. Well, not try. We're gonna do something new, and we're excited to share what it is when we do it. But we're still trying to figure out how to balance each other to share content but not be the same content. And it's been okay in the shop to share my content, and Mikey does his own thing and we share stuff in it. And that was one thing I was worried about, is like sharing behind the scenes of of the shop and see how you all would go to it. And I was really shocked right off the bat. A lot of people are loving the behind the scenes, the interactions with guests or customers or people just walking in the door. And I like that, because that means I don't always have to go buy something or look for something to buy to flip. So it's really helped on my wallet, and saving for 2023 is one of my goals that I really want to focus on, because I want to travel to go to other events like the Boss Reseller Remix, which I recommend everybody look into for next year when it comes up. Get your ticket if you can, start planning dates and where to stay, what to do. And then now that we have the reseller cartel shop inside the good stuff thrift store, that's even one more place in Vegas for you all to visit. And I think that's going to be pretty awesome and pretty cool for people to share our location in the videos, because that advertises it and you'll be doing a lot of good for us. Um, Hi, Aline. Hi, Sonny. Love watching you and the new shop. I love the shop. We are doing some upgrades though, little by little. We're taking everybody's advice how to separate the shelves and should do this or that. And I think Monday or Tuesday might be the day. It'll be better Monday because it's closed and we won't have anybody coming in and out. But that just means with everything inside there, now we got to take everything off and then put it back. But it won't be hard. What's up, Christopher? How's everything going? How's everybody's reselling going? If you could, reseller, for how long you've been reselling, what do you like to resell? If you're not a reseller or a collector, let me know. Even if you're just an artist or like the channel, like my channel or other people's channels. If you don't like my channel, then you're in the wrong place. You shouldn't be here if you hate my channel. Uncle Harry, shout out to Uncle Harry. Who do we got? Biggest thrift sister. We got Maria. Thank you for donations, Maria. Maria has donated probably since we opened, I think about a month now, like 3 or 4 times that I know of, because I end up seeing her come in. And on the soft opening, we still haven't have a grand opening. She brought in some a box of treats, some cookies, and so did a gentleman by the name of Bill. He had some really good cookies. When I select your donations, I think of guy stuff. The rest is for dogs. My wife calls me a dog every once in a while, so I might want a chew toy and have a little squeaky at times. Speaking of little squeaky, y'all see Tip? He's like right there. You could barely see him. You can see his head. He's laying down. That's like his go-to spot. Got another Rita in the house. Rita and David. Hello. We got Dan out from Philly. Phillies is where from dad is from, and then we got Joe Philly Picker is also from Philly, hence the name. Danica Gowan, two Danikas inside here. Danica Gowan and Lady Luck Junk was in here. Got to see her twice this year, which is pretty amazing. We went to the reception for Katie and Vicky. Also, another couple who Katie and Vicky are the two individuals, masterminds behind the Boss Reseller Remix event that everybody came down to that I was just talking about. Really good people. You should look up their page, Boss Re-Up Remix. I just know it because it's on my Facebook. But definitely worth looking into Katie and Vicky. Katie, Katy, and Vicky, Vikki. They should pop right up too on YouTube. Hi, Kimberly. Roman, hey, buddy. Dan is one guy, folks. Great personality. He checks on me every now and then, and I really mean that. Him and Lizette also have two other people that if it's not on Instagram, it's text messages, and they're just like a welfare check, like, "Hey, how are you doing?" And it reminds me like, "Hey, stop for a moment and check up on people, even when you see they're doing good. See if they're doing good, because you'd be amazed. Sometimes they just we need to know that you're there, and even if it's just a hi, hello, it's like, oh, that's what I needed to feel human again." Katie Turner, hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're staying warm. Hello, Sonny and the gang. We've got Vegas Mama. Hi, Vegas Mama. I'm loving that I'm getting to meet a lot more Vegas peeps and people who are visiting. It's pretty surprising how much people come over to Vegas. Throw up an emoji, any emoji. I would recommend an eggplant because it stands out. If you've been to Vegas, are in Vegas, if you're not, any other emoji. Vintage Zania. Hi, Vintage Zania. That's a beautiful name. That is great advice. I don't know what I said, but it just comes out the way it is. You got Ken, who's been more active as well, starting lives and also doing them. Hey, Sonny, and everyone that is not Sonny. I love that. What do we got here? Deborah Tambasco. I got a super sticker. Oh my lordy, Deborah, thank you, because that's just going over to the shop for me and Mikey to find some goodies and what we're planning on doing early January, which is just around the corner. I got something for this here. Oh, okay, I thought I got rid of it. That is a super chat, right? So I got something for you. Stand by, everybody. Super chat. So I got little things I'm going to work on for 2023 to change it up. So that's thank you from me to you. And if you're wondering how I made that, I use CapCut for all the little videos you're seeing on Reels. I use CapCut. It's free, it's easy to use, and I recommend you give it a try. If you got other apps that you like to use, or even it's for free, go ahead, and if you have a wrench, throw it up in there or mention it. And if somebody has a wrench, help them out to get that in there. Oh, I skipped down. Thank you once again, Deborah, for that. I really, really appreciate it. Nelda Leonard, good evening. Yeah, Nelda. Then we got this is what I was talking about. The Danica, I know, the original one, I know. New England Betty Boop. Yes, yes, that's Lizette. Thank you. Thank you, Danica. Appreciate it. Because she has two of them. She has two different names. And right now I just can't think. But she was on Regina and Derek Fundamentals last night. They had a live and I was in and out of there because I was at the gym. I've been working out. And Lizette has actually been encouraging me without having to tell me when she brings it up, is working out. And I think it was Shay, MD Picker, a while back, who reached out and said, "Do you need an accountability buddy?" And I was like, "No, I don't want anybody other than my wife to tell me what to do and if I'm okay in that way when it comes to fitness." So I already hear it from her, but I've been exercising a lot more regularly. And I don't, it's not because of New Year's resolution. To me, it's more of just I need to live healthier. I don't like the way I'm looking in my own videos. I don't like the way I'm looking in selfies that people take and want to take with me. I'm happy about it to and being in those moments, but when it comes to me, I'm like really self-conscious. I used to be 255 pounds. So I've always had that fat boy inner body complex of I'm fat or I'm out of shape, and these little things of getting older on top of feeling pain as you get older has really affects me mentally. And with PTSD yesterday, I was actually today, it was kind of weighing down on me, and I just focused down and said, what's really bothering me, and try to tell myself what I tell other people: focus on the good, and just hold that moment for as long as you can, and then I'll forget about it. And you kind of do, you kind of don't, but it helped me get over up until like 2 or 3. I did a little bit of thrifting and kind of cleared my mind, found some stuff, and was happy with it. So that I'll share tomorrow in the video amongst some behind the scenes from the shop as well. Callie B, we got Callie. Poshmark has all the followers also. I don't have time for that. Right. There's like a following thing for Poshmark, but I don't do that either. I used to, because I heard that you should be following it, like follow other people, share their stuff, and I do that. but I tend to do it only to people that I like their things. And I guess you notice like here in live chats or comments on videos, you start to recognize the usernames. So I'm like, oh, let me support them because I should and I want to. But for random people, not too much. But I do have somebody, and they have. I'm assuming they are a follow viewer of the channel, and this was popping in my head yesterday. I'm gonna go right to my Poshmark and see if I could find. So I don't know who this is, but I feel like they watch because they share my stuff nonstop on Poshmark. It's going to be Joyful Good Buys, Buys, Joyful Good Buys. And every time I see it, I just think happy thoughts, and I'm like, they have to be following because I feel that vibe towards them, and I'm always wishing them good vibes and good luck. And I share their stuff when I can, but I need to share more of people's stuff on there too. But for follow on Poshmark, I don't care for that. It's just it doesn't make sense to me. If I go across somebody's Poshmark that I just happen to not follow, but I like their stuff, I'll share it. Especially, I don't know if this makes sense, but with Poshmark, I try to share the things that I often share throughout other people, things that I like. So whoever's following me, they see that there's a theme to it and not just some random stuff. So I hope it works. I hope what I'm sharing gets to people and hopefully they buy some of the stuff that I'm sharing. Pockets and stitches, snitches gets stitches. Pockets and stitches. I like that name. I need to know more about it. How did you come up with that name? Christopher Nutter. We have Sonny trying to get Gulf Coast pickers to 1K subs, need 53 more. Let me see something on here because I do have the window open. Oh, there's Dawn. I see Dawn in my second thing. But I do see a super chat that popped up. I'm gonna go back up to that. All the other comments. Oh my god, I'm way behind. That seems to be the problem all the time. Brother Mikey right here. Mikey Bags of Money was watching a video with his mom. Here we go. Sharon Carter. Sharon Carter, thank you so much. There's a blank space right there, so I'm gonna make something up. Sonny and Mikey, you are the best. Here's $10 to help you towards the Reseller Cartel brick and mortar shop. When is the merch coming? Very, very soon, especially when I don't know the grand or we don't know the grand opening date. So I was thinking about that today, and tomorrow I'm going to focus on some Reseller Cartel merch. So stay tuned for that. And the merch is not going to go directly towards me. It's going to go to me and Mikey. It's going to be I think Mikey calls it a twofer. So that's what's going to happen with the merch. I got quite a bit of stuff I've been collecting, as in blank apparel, over 2 years. And I think that was my wife. Have you heard that little ding ding? Let me see. Whoa, she got there fast. Hold on, folks. Okay, my love. I love you. Bula. Don't know where Bula came from, but that's like a little nickname. Sharon, stand by, my friend. We got a super chat. Super chat. I feel like it needs to be longer. I really like that little and all of that I made on CapCut, like I was saying. Now let me go back. Oh, I can't go all the way. Oh, yes, I can. Let me go up. I'm gonna speed read, which is pretty impressive because I used to be in special ed, folks, and I used to not read because nobody ever asked me to read. And because that happened, they said Sonny can't read. He needs to go to special ed. So when they told me, hey, you're going to special ed, you can't read, it was too late. So there's that. True story. Okay, there it is. New England, yes. Here we go. Gulf Coast Picker. Hold on, folks. Well, here's the thing with that. Here's the thing with Gulf Coast Picker. All right. First, I applaud you for supporting a friend, but they need to be on here supporting other people. Get their name out there. This is one thing I've learned on social media is that recommending people is good, and you probably only get like 10% of the 10% that follow you to go check them out. So they have to be consistent on being everywhere as they can, even if it's a hi, hello, watch 2, 3, 5 minutes of a video, leave a sincere comment of what they saw, not just hi, hello, or a good video. Those are great, but as you learn and you're trying to grow, and stand out a little bit, you really need to have a little bit more to it than a type of copy and paste comment. And I've learned that from myself, and that's the advice I've learned is seeing things like that. They need to come over and let people know who they are, let people know what they do. So when I asked like earlier, let me know if you're a reseller, not a reseller. That's their moment to let other people know in the community who they are, what they do, how long they've been doing it for. And it becomes more and more familiar, these usernames, as you are people, to be more of a personal thing. So the next time I'll be like, oh, I recognize Christopher Nutter, which I recognize you now maybe from my, this is probably like my third live. Um, a new name, but familiar name to me. And you've been active, and they need to be the same way. So that's my advice on that. But I think I'm following them on Instagram to tell you the truth. I think either you or somebody recommended them and I followed them on Instagram. I believe so. Happy Girl Thrift. It's always good to be happy girl. I wonder if a angry thrifter is gonna pop in the live chat. Just popping in and say hi. Hi, happy thrift. Ray, does the store have big outside banner yet? I wasn't there today and haven't been since yesterday. Well, I think it might have been yesterday with Mikey or the day before. There's a banner, but to me, it's not big. And Danny's working on the sign, but the thing is, the I would say like a landlord, the area management lady who I'm probably gonna have to go sway to do it because she's Filipina, and I was telling her my wife's Pinay and Japanese, and she got excited, and I did too. It's like, oh, maybe I could use this, but maybe I should just let it play it out itself. But Danny's working on a legit sign, is just getting approval for it. So I can't wait for it. But there also needs to be one on the road or near the road to stand out. But I'm thinking maybe me and Mikey have to go use that arrow sign that people flip and do cool stuff with, or something like that. Sue Bonin. Hi, Sue. I like that name. Reminds me of Texas. Nice country. Bill. I found healthier soy substitute. My wife is on this healthy coconut liquid aminos. I think that was at Winkle. So for those who don't know, I've been following for a good year, even 6 months. Me and my wife are trying to have kids, and soy's not good for men, but I guess it might be for her. And also, the past 2 days has kind of been stressing me out how much stuff she's been doing. Like, woman, you need to relax. But hopefully, this time next year, folks, crossing my fingers, we have a little baby. Another I went to subscribe goals picker. Cool. Thank you, Kathy Turner. The Fleekus is in the house. We're seeing more and more of him. He had the amazing eyebrows. They were trimmed and bushy at the same time, which I've never seen before. And I've run into him since our first, I guess, opening of the place that has been helping. He came in with donations. We recorded that yesterday, the Fleekus, and that should be out soon. So thank you for the donations, also for shopping in our location and telling your friends about us, and also bringing your friends over. You had a friend that has his own clothing line, and I used to have my own clothing line. So when I saw his stuff, I was like, yeah, I like it. It's quality stuff. And I forgot to ask for his information to put it on the video, but maybe we'll do a visit and then go thrifting too, to where if he has a location or a site, so we could plug him in there. Happy Growth Thrift. You fun to watch, and your kindness comes through on your videos. You know, I've been getting that a lot. Happy Growth Thrift, but I wasn't always like this, and I like to say that because some of us go through stuff and it eats away at us for so long that when it comes to where we finally snap out of it, this is what happens on the other end of the rainbow where the color's at. And there might not be gold, but you are my pot of gold of smiles, all of you. And it's just a different way of that I live now that is not perfect. And I do get upset at times, and I get angry, and I might even get a little road rage. But I think about others, and it calms my butt down to just slow my roll and tell myself, if I do this, what's going to happen? What are the consequences? And one thing, like I tell people, is do your best not to do anything wrong. put people in their place. If it's verbally, don't have to be aggressive, don't have to be physical. If it gets that word or somebody's physical as you don't have to do anything but say, hey, use your hands, because there might be cameras. Hey, back away. All right, let me cover my phone. It'll be like, hey Siri, call 911. Don't do it. And I hope your phones didn't do it either. But those are things where you could just call the cops on somebody, folks. And there's no problem of calling the law on somebody that's being physical with you, that has hurt you and trying to intentionally cause some harm. There's just a difference of trying to be an adult and say, I'm standing my ground and you're not going to make me feel this way, to where it's like, you know what? You're not worth it. I'll let the law handle you. And you could learn your lesson that way. You're not hurting anybody by taking care of yourself and calling the cops. You're just teaching them their own lesson that they've been asking for. That's how I see it. Carol, was that the 9 hours, I believe? And you're who I just kind of talking about earlier, as amongst other people. If you could give us a heads up, because I'd love to be there when any of you come down. I believe you drove down 9 hours to come to the shop on a Tuesday. I only saw the manager, forgot the name. Rebecca went home with the cart. Great stuff. Danny and Carrie were talking, so I didn't want to disturb. Danny and Carrie were talking. I would disturb them. Ladies and gents, I'm going to tell you this, and you could say, hey, Sonny said I could disturb you. As long as they're not in their offices or in the back and the doors are closed, that's entirely different. But if you see any of us talking, just go wave at us. I know my purpose of being there is one for me that I'm going to put on the other people that are in there under the roof is go say hello, go say hi, because we as all humans don't want to make it seem like we're rushing you. Some people, unlike me, I could do that, where people could come up to me and I welcome it. But I also know people who come in the door are introverts, extroverts, to where you have to be patient and come up towards them or say hello from the distance, so that way they don't get uncomfortable. People will come from different lives and different situations, to where sometimes feeling rushed gives them anxiety. And I was telling my wife about this the other day, because coming back from, no, it wasn't this vacation, but I'm very aware of people, especially their body language. We're in the airport. Where did we go? Was it? Well, I think we went in New Orleans, and on the way back, throughout hundreds of people down the hallway, I could see this figure, and looking a little closer, walking a little closer to them, I'm seeing them pace back and forth, and they look lost and they look frantic. And immediately my wife's like, "Hey, babe, our flight's right here." And I was like, "Yeah, but we got an hour and a half. Something's wrong over here." And she was just like, "There he goes. There goes Sonny doing his own thing." So as I walk up, the lady's back and forth, and from a distance, and I mean like 15 yards away, not like 5 yards, 10 yards, 15 yards away, I wave my hand and I say, "Hey, ma'am, are you doing okay? Are you needing any assistance?" And I don't work there. And the people at McDonald's are seeing this lady walk back and forth. And so when I go up to her, she was like, "No, no, I'm okay." And I could see that she's not okay. So I'm like, "Are you sure?" So I look over to the left and ask the manager that was at McDonald's, or whatever this guy was, that if they could go see she needs help. So she ends up turning around. She said, starts crying. She was like, "I do need help. I am having a panic attack and my husband's somewhere and I can't think." And I said, "You know what? Let's go to this seat over here and let me call for some help. If you can, make sure to just get your ID ready. Maybe they could do an intercom." But at the same time, I'm actually talking a lot calmer, a lot slower, because of the way, if I talk too fast and their anxiety, then it's hitting each other in a way to where it's too rapid, it's too fast, and the adrenaline's going. So I learned how to take it down with different situations. But I would say that's why I don't just approach everybody, even in the store. I kind of hi hello from a distance, even if they're on the other side of the shelves. So that's just me. But I would say hello to us, folks. Wave your hand from a distance. The Fleekus is doing a great job. He's doing an amazing job, and I'm glad we got a Mikey knew who he was. I didn't know who he was until then. Then I saw his content, and it's just so fascinating that there's so much other people here in Vegas that we haven't run into, but little by little, we're connecting the dots. Hi, AP. Maria says, "Hola, Sonny. You are focused, develop positive attitude, are passionate with your dreams." And that's the thing. I'm a daydreamer and a night dreamer, so I dream quite often. I'm never not dreaming. I'm always like, what if? What if I do that? But the thing with that, You got to write down your notes, folks. If you could relate, have a notebook, write down your ideas, and about a week you come back across them, or even a month, and you're like, what the hell was I talking about? But then some things is like, oh, that's a good idea. I'm glad I wrote this down, because we won't remember everything. And that's been one of my biggest fallbacks, is not writing my ideas down. And it really goes a long way. Just don't have a big notepad. I would start with a little one that could fit in your pocket, or your notes if you like apps. But those things for me, I really like writing it down on paper. And I got my notepad right here. I've been doing better at keeping up with it, and a yellow one, because I tend to lose one or the other, but one's always in here right behind me. The yellow one, I just put it down right over here by the box. Hi, Sonny from Edinburgh, Tejas. Gloria Gallegos. Ooh, I'm going to take a wild guess, and your family has a restaurant. There's a Gallegos place in Charlotte, Texas. They have pretty good food. I like their menudo. Sharon Carter, laughing at something, probably me. It's the vibes, Sonny. Yeah. You do a great job. All right, K baby. Appreciate it. Danica, I will kickboxing help you build a booty and someone that has never had one? My mom wants to know. I will say no. I don't think squats help you get a booty. I don't think squatting a lot of weight will help you. I think you're trying to build your legs and the fat around it to just tone your body up to make it look like you have a booty. But there's some fancy pants that we had at the thrift store, the ones that they look like a cross, like diamond cut, but leggings. They're not glass, that are supposed to like uplift the booty. I think Rebecca found some that may help. If not, just accept what the good Lord has given you. Okay. Because if we could change everything that we want, we would. And I don't think we'd be happy. You got to accept the way you are. It's not as easy as it sounds, because I was just talking about my weight earlier, but I was blessed with the booty. Anna Marie Rollins, thank you for everything you did at World Sunny Las Vegas. We love that smile. Celtics, Carnway, UK. The UK is a long way from here. My Little Pony sends all her love to you, Carla, and little Tippy. And he is, oh, I'm blocking it, but he's right here. He's laying down. He's right there if you could see him, top of his head. And Carla's at work, who's probably texting still. How was everybody's holiday, friends? I'll tell you about mine while you type in your holiday, and please do tell me. I hope it was good. Whatnot, we are planning a whatnot. Actually, Mikey mentioned it in his previous video. So after this, I would say go check out. I see super chat. Was there a super chat? Sharon Carter, is this the one from before? Is there another one? Oh my god, I am way behind. What's up, Charlie? Charlie Fleecon, folks. I like his vibes. Got to meet him at the Trash to Catch podcast and the I was gonna say the eat out. That sounds funny. That doesn't sound right. The dinner that Dave and Carrie put together. I think mostly Dave and Carrie just kind of took some of the credit. Donis, who I was talking about earlier about the jewelry, and was talking about your vibe is your tribe. I've been stuck on that. I was in Costco with my wife watching, picking some stuff out as she said it, because we were planning for New Year's, a feast on New Year's, and I can't wait for all the Filipino food. I know the feeling how to put on a lot. I'm sorry if I missed your message, folks. I know the feeling I have to put on a lot of weight. I managed to lose, so I also got to get rid of chunky butt. We can't use Poshmark here in the UK. Don't know why though. We got Dan, Mikey. We got Sue Lily. Two Sues in the house. Happy New Year to all. Hope everyone had a very Merry Christmas. Yeah, so I hope y'all did too. Even if you don't believe in Christmas, I hope you had a great day. I hope you're having many great days. I spent half of the day with Carrie, American Arbitrage, and Dawn Lady Arbitrage with her daughter and her fiance, I'm gonna say, or boyfriend at their place. We watched Emmett's Hometown Band or something. It's an old school animation, and it's like a hand puppet kind of animation type thing. And it was pretty fascinating. I really want to get it on DVD or even VHS because I have those in the garage. Really enjoyed the Vegas family on YouTube. A lot of people are enjoying us, and it's pretty amazing how we've all come together to be under one roof for a few hours out of the day, some days. Danny just messaged me too yesterday. She was like, "Hey, are you coming in today?" And I was like, "No, not till Thursday." And I didn't realize it was Wednesday yesterday. And I didn't I didn't go today, but I am going tomorrow. If anybody's going, I'm gonna go around 10:30 ish. I found something for Carrie today. That'll be in tomorrow's video that I think she's gonna love. And Carrie loves mermaids. We do this hair flip thing, and I more and more people are asking if they could touch my hair. At first, it was kind of weird, but then it was like I get that's my thing. So people do touch my hair, and I wake up like this, folks. This is my hair. I wake up. I won't tell you my regimen, but all I use is shampoo and conditioner. I don't use anything else. Oh, did I finish reading all of that? Not to be ashamed of special ed. I'm not ashamed of it. I had a good time with it. I got to help other people. Some of them were even my cousins, one of my childhood friends growing up in there. Not in the class, but like he was my neighbor and best friend. So nothing towards special ed. Things happen for a reason. Miss Lachey, how you doing, Miss Lachey? Wishing you and your prosperous new year. Thank you very much. I learned a lot from Miss Lachey and started getting into LPs, vinyl records because of her, and other things, cassettes as well. I'm actually collecting. I found an old school cassette box, and it's double sided. So if you flip it over, you could open up more cases. So with that, I'm collecting what I feel is like top notch names. And once I get it all filled up, I think I'm gonna do like a mystery sell or just try to sell it all together. So all kinds of good stuff. Sharon Carter. We got Ella in the house. Hi, Ella. Really good live channel. Also doing auctions, as well as this person right here, Dawn, who I've mentioned several times already. I need new friends to collab with. I know jewelry and can help. So I will say that, folks. One thing I like about Dawn and a lot of other people, but Dawn reminds me of Tim over the years with how they talk about jewelry. Tim talks about glass, and I really like the way they come off on the camera and just talk to the audience, people that are in there, and not just here's an item and try to look at the price. They're talking to you as you're doing it, and I really like that. I like those kind of things because even if say I'm not buying something, I just need to find something that sparks joy to like, oh, I want in on that. But I'm learning and also spending time with people online and supporting them as well while I'm listing or doing something in the house while my wife is taking her Mimi's her beauty sleep. Here you go, Don. Thank you so much for this. Where is it at again? Okay, here it is. Super chat. Stand by, my friends. Super chat. I really do like that. It makes me giggle, especially with Cat the Nurse Flipper's original dolphin. I like it. I saw her new animation that she had on Tuesday, and she just messaged me. Well, first I'll tell you right now, Mikey and I will be on Cat the Nurse Flippers live next month, and then the month after, I will be co-hosting with her because Ron is gonna get married. I don't know how I'm supposed to let that out, but hey, she didn't say don't tell nobody. He's the new co-host with Cat the Nurse Flipper, and to me that says a lot for her to ask me if I would like to be the co-host. Like, oh, I'm doing something right, my friends, and I'm glad you're along the ride with me and enjoying this roller coaster of YouTubiness and reselling and all the shenanigans, especially with me and Mikey. Pinkies crossed, you would both make truly ace parents. I think my wife's gonna have 2 kids. by that. I don't know about two parents. I think she's still gonna have me as a kid, and then our kid be our kid. So that's gonna be a weird way of growing up, but it's gonna be pretty cool and exciting. And I'm already thinking like I could find this cool thrift clothing, and she's probably like, no, they're not gonna wear thrift clothes, and I'm like, they're gonna do it. So I got all these plans and ideas in my head. Just subscribe to Gold Coaster. Nice. Elaine Ciarao. Nice. We got Laura M. Hi Laura N. ¿Cómo estás, Auntie? Hope you're doing well, Tia. Laura's always giving me good advice. I feel like I know her in person. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. We got Bobby in the house. Get ondas. Christopher Nutter. Long story short, yeah. So this would be Bobby, folks. People know him as Krillin, and then he's like, Krillin's not my name. And I was like, whoa, would have never knew that after as much time as we talk, and he's been live with me here. But if you have any questions about anything going on, even editing or reselling, drop your comments down below. Just highlight or all caps questions or whatever. I won't take it like you're yelling at me. We got Angel in the house. Thank you, Sonny. My Siri just dialed my friend's Mike Cordero. Hey Siri, text everybody I love them. I wonder if that actually will work. I went through infertility. I went for infertility for quite a while. Once I found an acupuncturist, I did that, and herbs he prescribed me. I was pregnant for the fourth month of doing that, hoping the best for you too. I hope everything worked out, Celeste. I appreciate that, and we could definitely use those prayers and good vibes towards our future with having our own little chiquitito. Gulf Coast Picker only need 9 more subscribers. Kathy, do I have? You know what? There's some of you insider that I think you could help with the Gulf Coast Picker. Let me see. Whoa. Hold on here. Hold on, folks. All right, y'all too. I'm trusting y'all. To be a moderator to me is a privilege. Not that I ever like blue wrenches because it's a responsibility as well. But if you want to share, Kathy and Christopher, the link, go ahead and share it. But they need to come on here as well in the live chat. Just say hi, hello, and make that a regular thing to do. It really gets your name out in community, and people will become familiar with you. Wife is Japanese, Philippine too. And me, what do y'all think I am, folks? My wife is Filipino Japanese. I always get this question. I even got it at the Goodwill private party with Mikey Bags of Money, Danny and Nishley, Thrifting Vegas. We got to meet Shauna and Edwina. Thrifters Anonymous. I need to reach out to them because they said they'll like to do a little makeover with me and Mikey and also do some thrifting. So I need to reach out to them and make that happen. That'll be for 2023 because we're still waiting for New Year's just a few days from now. Okay, I got that. I was wondering what that was because I have the stream yard chat, and then I also have the YouTube chat pop out chat on the side. So when I saw it, I was like, was it the same one? But thank you, Don. I appreciate it. Debbie from Chi-Town, you always have great content. You know, I always felt like, and I think everybody thinks this, when we share something, it's great content. And then as we grow, it's like, what was I doing? Why did I have that haircut? And you know what I'm talking about because I have some people go back to watch my old videos when I first started, and they're like, whoa, you look way different. And I was like, yeah, I was like 40 pounds. I'm 40 pounds heavier now, probably. And I have way longer hair. I always had like not high and tight, but more of like a short haircut because the companies required it. But now that it's grown out, it's really become something that's kind of a character of its own within a content. It's funny how things play out that way. Like Mikey Bags of Money and Doreen, who I think is going to be making an appearance soon. I think she was on hiatus for a while. Wishing your ears. Yeah, I got that. Okay, I am caught up. Truly experience for sure. Every time somebody says for sure, I'm just think of Mikey how he says it. Hey honey, hey honey, I'm home. Okay. You let me talk about infertility right here. One thing that bothered me more than anybody and anything, not anybody, is that the VA told me one thing and then Nevada Fertility told us another thing, but they were never communicating. And this was going on for over 2 years. So when we ended up they ended up saying, "Oh, we can't move forward because the VA's needs to reapprove the information." So they already had approved it twice before, and then all of a sudden, the third time, they're like, we can't approve it no more." And I think what we're looking at was maybe looking at it like it was my fault for not communicating, but I have so much uh, recorded conversations because I knew they weren't talking to each other, and I didn't threaten them or anything, but I just knew as proof. So when I called and my wife asked, I'm like, look, I spoke to them. She was like, oh, okay. And then when she started getting involved, it just became a headache. And it ended up being where it's like, no, we're not going to approve it anymore. It's like, but we're already there. Like we are ready for the in vitro now. That's where the point we got to. And then they just cut the cord. And now we should have just did this in the first place when it comes down to it, just paid for it out of pocket. But in vitro is not a cheap thing. So that's also the pressure that I have and weight on my shoulders is to make everything that I'm doing work, not just for content, but for me and my wife, me and my wife and our kid or kids. Because I hear sometimes with in vitro, sometimes you could have more than one child, even though they say we're only going to give you one. Things happen. I've seen some crazy Netflix videos and things like that where people have all these big families. I don't want to be that way. I'll be more than happy and thankful to have one healthy child to where they could grow up independently because I have cousins and brothers that depend on other people and I really want my child or children to not have to go through that. So eventually one day I'm going to be taking care of my family, my brothers, myself, because my mom will get too old to watch over them in Texas. So that's another thing. This house is not going to be big enough, and I need to make what I'm doing work now, which it has been, but there's so much more that I need to do. And again, all of you are a part of this, a big part of this. Just y'all didn't know that until now. On top of other things, I still use the notebook. Nice, Marie. Super chat. Hi, Sonny from Texas. I really enjoy your content. Mikey bags of money with the niche lady. Yeah, we try to get Tiffany Thrifting Vegas in as much, but she's really busy, folks. Tiffany is busy. She is a workaholic, just like everybody else is. Um, and she comes in, and I try to capture her, and she always says hello. She's a very nice, polite person. Tiffany is super funny, and you don't see a lot of that on her end. That I would say, but when she's around me and Mikey, you there's we capture even more of her in those candid moments, and that's one thing I've always liked, even as being a photographer, are the candid moments. But even recording, Danny even says it all the time. Watch it because that thing's always on. And swear you not, if my battery didn't die out as much as they do, I would be recording nonstop and just roll the whole video of what's going on and share. And Danny probably won't like that, or the other people, but there's some amazing moments that never get recorded, but that's good for us that just had that inside laugh amongst one another. You got Beth. Hi, Beth. I like the profile picture. I like the way the face is. It reminds me of a plush. I just can't see the full. I forget the name of those things. Debbie from Chi-Town always have great content. That was the one I was on. I'm glad you're enjoying my content. I'm glad the channel's growing. I'm glad I'm growing. I'm just trying not to grow sideways. I'm trying to um, grow maturely, and I think I had that a little confused. So I got my ducks in a row now. Charlie says, which is FleeCon, congrats on Thrift Store thinking about having another pop-up FleeCon in February. Hope you can come out. Charlie, we'll have you come on if you want to. We'll talk about it. I know we could probably get Cali Reseller Luis, maybe even Art of Resell. And these are the same people who had went to Charlie's pop-up event. I heard a lot of good things about it. I probably spoke to Luis, Cali Reseller Luis, probably for about 2 hours about the event, how much fun he had, and who he got to meet, and how amazing it was. And I think he met Yvonne too. Yvonne might pop up inside here, and he was just telling me good things. And I really wish I could have made it, but that was during the same time. All of this was new to me. I didn't know about events. And this year I want to go to every event. Your event, Dante's event. I want to go to Josh Harry Tornado's event, and for sure, 100%, I'm making it again to the Boss Reseller Remix event when that pops up. So, but that's not easy to do those things. I gotta still do reselling, create content, the cost of travel, and especially the further places out east to afford to stay. And hopefully, crossing my fingers, my wife is willing to go with me. But on top of that, her vacation days and things will work out. So that's going to be interesting, but I'm going to try my best. I really want to go to every one of them. Sadly, not a great holiday. Spoil my, but going to try to spoil my fur baby. Pollyanna throughout the year because she is really truly worth spoiling. Uh, I wish I could see. I wish I could see the photo of your fur babies. Do something extra special for my 50th year anniversary. Congratulations! In May, what day in May? Because Annie Marie, me and my wife's 12-year anniversary is going to be May 3rd. It's actually the second and third. In Hawaii, you have to get a kind of like a permission slip to where it's what is it? You gotta somebody got to give you the thumbs up to get married and then get married. So we did that. So we got 2 days because we didn't make it in time to get married on the day that we got the permission slip signed. So then the next day we went. So it has 2 dates, second and third. The hair. Brand your hair as cha-ching. Somebody somebody went inside the shop and was like, you should consider selling your hair. And I was like, whoa, no. And then I would end up with like a little bald spot or something. Surprisingly, I don't have any split ends. I've grown my hair out before, not this long, and maybe because I know a little bit more how to take care of it. That it didn't have like it was like barely to my ear, and I was getting split ends. But right now, I have my wife looking at it every now and then. I was like, I got any split ends? She was like, nope. So I was like, all right, good to go. So I also keep getting told that me and Carrie should have like a shampoo sponsorship, but sponsorships aren't something to where it's like you reach out and say, hey, well, maybe I should say it now more in the videos, like, hey, if there's any shampoo people really wanting to sponsor me, it's going to cost $500, and I need some free giveaways for shampoo, conditioner, whatever you got. I'll test it out and also do some giveaways. I've been turning down a lot of sponsorships because they just don't mesh. One of them was, and this is a hot topic. One of them was, um, don't touch the hair, John Travolta. I've actually had people come up to me and say, "Hey, I want to touch your hair," quite often. What was I getting to? I lost my track. That threw me off. Thanks, Don. Um, but yeah, maybe I should talk about that in more of the videos about commercials and see how that works. That might end up throwing in some ads or something. Sharing cool. See you live. Hi, Crystal. Got Crystal's Rosie's Closet. I've been seeing her at the shop more and more and having really good content. I'm glad that it's coming out more. Oh, it just skipped down. Hold on. There it is. Then we got Kristen, a rural squirrel, who also invited me to go live with them. I believe is it the 30th or 31st, Kristen? We'll probably do a recording, and I'm not sure when that'll come out. So I'll have it with the chicas, and I think I have Kristen already moderated. She could drop the link on here. Let me see. Where is it at? Please take a second and hit the video. Ray said, "Am I Hawaiian?" Nope. Hawaiian, Mexican, Samoan. Oh, talofa ani. Not Hawaiian, Mexican, Samoan. Um, I'm one of them. But I get told I'm not Mexican. I get told I'm Chicano. But I grew up being told I'm Mexican, and I grew up saying I am Mexican. So I confuse a lot of people. I am 100% Tex-Mex. Sonny, do you like online auctions? Ella, I do like online auctions because I learn from them. But I was trying to find something. Kristen, drop a comment, Kristen, so I could make sure you are moderated so you could drop yours and the girls' podcast. Hmm. All right, Kristen. Okay, online auctions. All honesty, online auctions scare me. Um, I think it's more of you do very well at it. You, Don, who's right beneath you in the comment right here that I'm looking at on my end. You, Kelly, Reseller, Luis, um, Gary West Coast, and just a few others that, and Danny, of course, the niche lady, do very very well, and Tim over the years do very very well in it, and you're comfortable, and that's like your forte when it comes to it. But I'm still so new to it that even on say whatnot, it's one of those things. If you bring something, you like it so much. I have these attachments to things and my crazy weird self that if nobody's interested in it, like it really affects me. I'm very emotional that way, to where it's not so much of like needing it to sell for big monies, but more of just somebody appreciating it as much as I do, and also selling it a little bit, like even if it's breaking even on it. But I'm not good at it, that I feel. It's just a different way of doing things, and I like visiting them because I learn from them. And I've been asked, am I going to do any lives? But I don't think I'll do it on this one. I think I'll do it on the other channel that I have for it. But then again, there's also whatnot. I don't want to, for me personally, I don't want to be all over the place with live auctions. I would like to be more consistent of doing whatnot auctions, and that'll be soon because we are planning that. Danny brought it up to where she has her live whatnots, and then we'll do, I think, what they call the raid. So she'll push over to say Mikey will be ready to go, and then I'll be ready to go, and then whoever else follows suit. So I don't know how long that'll be because there's also that is a factor, trying to manage all of our time with also our family who always comes first, trying to get that together. But I need to do more of it. I know I was supposed to do a live auction with Cali Reseller Luis before the holidays, but then things got tied up, and then we just postponed it, and we never followed through with it since. But he talked about it the other day, I think about a week and a half ago when he called, and I think after New Year's he'll get back to it. Got Tara out in Canada, ladies and gents, all of you wherever you're at, if you could let me know in the comments and let other people know where you at, state, city, continent, and because I like to see where everybody's from. And you never know who might be your neighbor, somebody in your own state. It might even just be a mile away from you, and you could link up and create some content of yourself if you're both content creators, or even meet up and have a little bit of coffee. Tari says, "Hello, Sonny and Mikey. Sonny, what is steering wheel thing on your left? This over here. This is my right, your left. But this is a plush that I found, and I thought it would just be a good theme. Maybe I should take it to the shop because I'm rarely in my office anymore. But I just had it for like a background prop. I got it from the flea market. I think I paid like $10 for it, but maybe I'll put it in the shop just to give it more of a theme. And I am working on a sign, but the gentleman is out of town. So I think in about 2 or 3 more days he'll be back, and I'm gonna resubmit my design to put over the door at the shop. But I also need to go over it with Mikey, and that's one thing with the shop. I don't think of things and say I'm going to do this. I really have Mikey embedded in my head of what is his input on it. What does he not like about it? What is a good idea? Because I may think it's a good idea, and he may have an even better idea from it. So I'm open for that. Peace of Love by Christy. Hi, Christy. Anna Marie. Why am I saying Samoan? Ooh, Pancit is the best. My mother-in-law won't be here. She'll still be in Hawaii, and she'll be, I think, back on the 11th. So I gotta pick her up from the airport. I'm pretty sure. Um, and she makes some amazing palabok. But she also has dinuguan. And when people who know Filipino food and dishes, y- when they ask me what's my favorite, I always say dinuguan, but only the way my mother-in-law makes it. And for those who don't know what dinuguan is, it's in English they call it chocolate meat, which has to do with pig's blood. Moving on to the next question. I think you are part Native American and Samoan. And my Samoan friend's the one that got me to say that way rather than Samoan. But I do got some solace, some friends and family, Samoan friends, Hawaiian, Filipino, Caucasian, Nevadans, Hudson Visions. Thank you. We'll check it out. Love unusual jewelry. Unusual. I'd say she has amazing jewelry. Like especially for what she shows. I'm like, whoa, where the hell did you find that? And it's consistent. Is I want to know where she gets her stuff. Love your shop and thrifting videos. So much fun. Thank you, Linda Johnson. Let me see. X Stitch fan. Hello, Sonny. What is the best and most surprising find while thrifting? Love your channel. My I'm gonna say a recent one, and all of y'all could go ahead and answer this too. Um, what is best and most surprising find while thrifting? Recently, it was a bag. Damn it, it's right behind me. I got it for I think like $7.50, and it's probably worth like $500. A Chloe bag. That's right. It was a Chloe bag. It was tucked away inside other purses, and the cheapest, the famous cheapest lady out at the Boulder City swap meet. I usually find some really good purses that she has in there. From it's usually the sports sack. I don't know how I just come across it so much. They stand out to me. Maybe because my wife we would always window shop in Hawaii at Alawana Mall, and they're up on the second floor, and we would always go window shop. And when we had money, she would buy a purse here and there. But not all the sports sacks are the same, especially when it comes to collaboration brands with like Tokidoki. It's one of our favorite brands. And before they had a really nice material, and then they transferred over using a material that was similar, but it didn't feel as good. So we don't buy it all just because it's a certain name. But I think that's how I got to learn more about La Sportsac and purses and brands, and not knowing that I was going to become a reseller. When I started looking at things, I'm like, oh. But to answer your question, I think one of my favoriteest finds is something when my reseller wheels lights started turning on. I was at Goodwill. I was talking about this story the other day. I was at Goodwill, and it was my probably like 3 weeks into reselling. I was learning, and I didn't find anything. This guy Adam ends up coming. He's at the counter working the register. He has long hair. I remember him having a surfer type of tone vibe, long hair, and he was like, "Yo, dude, you find anything? I seen you been here a while." And I was like, "No, I didn't find anything today." He was like, "Well, we got the stuff over here," and I look over, and I was like, "I'll check them out. They look really cool. They were enamel. I didn't know what they were. I thought they were just little figurines or little objects. I didn't know how to call things at first. I still don't, keywords and stuff. But as I grab one, I see that it opens up, and it ended up being a trinket, but it had some perfume in it. And one of them was a carousel with jewels on it, the Sokovia gems. And looking on the bottom, it was from Estee Lauder. And immediately I thought, Estee Lauder? I've never seen like cosmetic type stuff. And that carousel still it opened up, and on the inside it had a paste perfume, and that immediately told me that this is old. And also it was really pleasant. Like I loved the way it smelled, even though it's a word I use, womanly. It was really nice and pleasant, and it's something I wouldn't mind my wife to wear. So he ended up charging me, like $2 for each of them when some of them were like 14, $15. He just looked around. He doesn't work there anymore. He left Goodwill. So he ended up pricing all of them, and that was the money I spent on, I think, like $22, $23, and all these trinkets. The carousel itself, on top of maybe 2 dozen trinkets itself, the carousel sold for like, I think, $475 in less than 5 minutes. So on top of that, everything else sold within a few days, and I made several $1,000s off of the first purchase that I got of a rust troll that I got for 89 cents, that ended up selling for around $22, $23. And that ended up buying for the trinkets, and that ended up turning into several $1,000s. So that was probably my best find, just to know that something I knew when it came to reselling was starting to work up in my head. And I put something that wasn't familiar to something that has to be unique. And lo and behold, it was. Estee Lauder trinkets. Your hair is fantastic. So luxurious. Ah, there you go. I think some of you are waiting for that. I even get Carrie had me do that in this video, American Arbitrage. Damn, I forgot. Say Native American as well as Samoan, Mexican, Hawaiian. What do we have here? This probably been a while since this has been up here. Don, thank you for becoming a member. Ladies and gents, memberships do help support the channel, looking for stuff, building towards the channel and content like supplies. Recently, I just upgraded my GoPro, and if you're looking at this, Mikey got me into this, folks. Let me open this up. I might have left it outside, but on my GoPro, I ended up getting a new lens for it, and I was like, why is my lens so funny? It's capturing the inside of the lens, like the corners, like a vignette. And come to find out, I needed to upgrade my phone, the firmware, and then after that, it was good to go. But I would say, if you're gonna upgrade, make sure you your GoPro with the lens, upgrade your GoPro so that way it could take in the lens and be used the way it's supposed to. But stuff like this, donations, memberships of the same sort, even the good vibes, it helps go a long way and support the growth as well as upgrading some things and the content that I share. So here we go. We got a little video for you, Don, and anybody else. It's also inside linked at the very top inside the live chat to become a member. You get to pick which one you want. Here we go for Don. Here's a welcome for memberships.
Round up the team, we got another one.
So that says, if you can't hear it, let me know, because nobody's ever told me that. But it says, woohoo, round up the teams, we got another one. So there's different types of memberships, and they both help. Both help. Thank you, Don, once again. My long for dream was always to be a mom, but sadly my body thought differently. So I am going to think about looking into fostering adoption. You go where there's no other options. And that's one thing me and my wife talked about is, what if we can't have kids? And I told myself, and I prayed, I said, please let it not be my wife. Please let it not be her. And let it be me. And come to find out, it was me. And then the weight of it was even harder than what I thought I could take of, damn it, it's me. And I've learned that with the good relationship and being honest, and we immediately said, if we can't have kids, we'll foster a child or we'll adopt one. We'll look at all the other options and just be thankful and grateful. But my wife was one to immediately say, babe, I'm scared if, what if we have a child and it's too much for you and you leave us? And I said, why would I do that? I I know I wouldn't, but I could see why she asked and why that would scare her, because of things that we've seen from family and friends, things we see on TV, and it's intimidating. But I would never do that. I just, even if we were to say adopt a child, it would never, I don't see myself, I just never seen myself say things like other people say that have kids. Oh, you don't have kids? You sure you want some? And it's like, how can you say that you have kids? And sometimes it's joking, but to me, it's like I look at the good things. Like I want to run with kids. I want to teach them, like, to go bow fishing and catch freshwater fish, because I suck at saltwater fish, and just to hit a ball and play soccer and tell them what I've done and try to teach them what they could do better in less time and not waste their time in life like I have, not knowing what goals were. And I've talked about that about like my wife in the past. I didn't know what goals were. I was in the army and I'm like, I collect the paycheck and I just got to run fast and I just got to do this training and I got to teach people. To me, that wasn't a real challenge. Um, when you get over nerves and things, it's no longer a challenge. And my wife was the one that taught me about goals. She wanted to be a nurse, and this was what she wanted. And she wanted a house, and I was like, oh, if I become a civilian, the army doesn't pay for that. Not really, unless you get benefits. But I started becoming more and more independent, and that's been my growth. And that's something that will never stop. I always want to learn. I always ask questions, even in my content. I don't want to come off as a know-it-all. And I think as a content creator, as a newbie, when I started, I felt like I needed, when I said something, to research stuff. And when it came off, it did sound like I was a know-it-all. But I didn't know that that's not the way I should have been. So growing into being a content creator, I started seeing how things played out and asking questions and learning from you all, because I started seeing the comments as if I ask questions and people answer them, then people end up getting to see the comments as well and not just wait for answers inside the content. So the comments are a very powerful thing, because there's many of you, how some of you, whoever you are, that go and like other comments and respond to them and start conversations of your own. I welcome that, because that's part of the community that I want to be in. That it doesn't just have to be in a video. It could have sparked an idea or a question to, or an answer to a question, or vice versa, and somebody comes along and shares their answer, and then somebody else could come along and add to it and say, yeah, you could do that and watch for this. And it's not to one up the person and say they don't know something or not enough, because we don't know enough to share everything we can, which is why we share what we do. So that way we just help each other learn more about our weaknesses to improve them and get stronger. And it's a life's all about balance. And that's a big thing that I'm learning, is that you can't be perfect. You need to learn self-forgiveness and move on with appreciating what you can do while you can. And I've been saying this for years now. Do as much as you can while you can, because we slow down as we age. But that doesn't mean you have to act a certain way. And I think that's why I don't have much wrinkles, and I don't stress out about too much stuff that dwell on me, or that I dwell on, that are holding me down. Now it's like, okay, this is what's going on. This really bothers me, but what am I going to do about it? This is what I can do. And if I need help or advice, I'll ask Mikey if it's relative to something that I'm going through, or want to work on, or have an issue with. Like, Mikey's a really good person I can lean on and tell him about something, and confident that he keeps it between us and is like a big brother to me. So you need friends like that. You need people who are going to be there, who tell you how it is, or say they don't agree with you. But you also got to know why they don't agree with you, so you understand their mindset. And that alone will teach you more about yourself, is when you're able just to have the patience to listen. You don't always have to have the last word. And sometimes it's not intentional. We just have stuff to say and we got to let it out. Did I have a good Christmas? I had a good Christmas. Got to spend it with Carrie American Arbitrage and Dawn, Lady Arbitrage. And then we went to the bins the day after Christmas, and I found some stuff, and I'm going to have that video out tomorrow. So after this, I'm going to have a few hours of editing. Heather, got that one. Karen Chandler, we had 8 years of infertility. Finally found a great doctor who actually checked everything. I got pregnant within a month. Congratulations, my baby will be 33 this March. Woo! I see, even things like this, 33 this March. So this isn't anything new with infertility, and in vitro might be newer, but it's just people have been going on with issues, and they figured out a way, and they have a 33-year and growing blessing. So happy early birthday to your 33-year-old. And 3 is my lucky and favorite number. I just gotta throw that out there. So that's double the luckiness. Anne Marie, have you ever met a famous person who turned out to be a fan of yours? Other than George the Antique Nomad, somebody who I don't know that's not here in Vegas, said that he was watching me and Mikey's videos and he liked what we're doing and gave Mikey a lot of compliments and about what he's doing and how great it is and how special it is to be able to talk in the camera as long as he does and do the things that he's doing his own way. He said that's special, and I think that's pretty amazing. And he said he saw my videos, and that alone, whether it pinpoints what he saw or what he didn't, um, that to me alone was like, oh my god! Like I was like, oh, I was pretty shocked and pretty happy that when he said that, it was pretty cool. I like that video too. If you haven't already, when you have time, go watch that video with the surprise. It was like 2 videos ago, or the recent video. Kathy, take a second and hit the like button on the video. Please do so, folks. If you're new, please subscribe. Yes, thank you, Kathy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Naomi Akula Halangi. Enjoy your content and your family mannerisms. Auckland, New Zealand. I was wondering where you're from because of your name. I like it. I was like, it's kind of, it could be. I was like Hawaiian, Tongan, Samoan. I was thinking that today. And oh, we got Bob Bazaar. Hi, 2022. When you mentioned the other day about recording going, nice. So, yeah, Bob, and this is what I recommend to anybody that's starting out reselling. I've been telling this to everybody else. I actually met 3 viewers, now friends, because I get to meet them in person at the bins when I went to carry American Arbitrage and Dawn Lady Arbitrage. Uh, the couple doesn't live too far from me. And they were talking, she was talking about wanting to start recording and sharing content, and I like that the husband said yeah, and he jumped in, Caesar, he said yeah, I jumped in, and or he jumped in with the conversation that he bought her a GoPro. And I said, I'm looking at it like you can't wear GoPros or record here in Vegas, but I was kind of curious where it was at, if she was recording off in the corner trying to get some content. And she said she just feels nervous. And it's kind of funny that I was 10 and a half years in the Army, and I've been in pretty crazy situations and handled myself pretty well. And her and her husband, with Caesar, are retired military. So to think you've served all this time and gone all through what you've gone through in the military, that's a little camera could make you nervous to record yourself. So like I told Bob, and I tell you all, if you haven't started yet and you want to start creating content, start recording yourself in your comfort zone, whether it's at home walking around, in your garage, and little by little you go in public and just hold it to yourself or put it down on something. Make sure there's nobody with sticky fingers going to come across and try to snag, say, your GoPro or your camera, and just save your content. Save it so when you're comfortable and you put it down in an editing program like iMovie, if you have an Apple or whatever you're going to use, start editing a few minutes at a time. And when you're comfortable, even after that, after the video is done editing, then you could publish when you're comfortable to do that. That's what my wife did. That's what I encouraged her to do back in, say, 2013. And she ended up getting a viral video back to back, like 100,000 views within a few days. And then she just stopped. But she will be coming back soon. She just got a new vlogging camera, and she's seeing what's going on with me, and I'm trying to encourage her to do it. But I also want her to be comfortable, so it may take a little bit of time. But Hearts Carla, here on YouTube, she's going to end up having some videos soon, but it's all on your comfort zone. Just record, have the content saved, and when you're ready, go ahead and share it, because now you'll have a few videos ahead of yourself to start sharing content. Don't just feel because you record yourself now, you have to share it now, unless you want to do it, but just be within your own comfort zone. Nobody's pressuring you to do anything, but I am encouraging you to do as much as you can while you can. iPhone, I do have an iPhone, and that's what I've done most of my videos on, was an iPhone. Even iPhone iMovie on my phone and uploading. And now I use several things. I use CapCut, I use Canva, I use every once in a while Adobe Illustrator if I don't like the way a font is on Canva, that I just want my own style, and I'll do that. And it's super easy for me. I have a degree in digital media. I'm not the best, but I do like how I could make different platforms work. And if you're a student or you have student kids in your household, Adobe does have a discount for students, and you could use that to help you out as well on Adobe programs. And then I mainly use Premiere Pro. It's my go-to. I like Premiere Rush, but it's just a different platform. It's not the same layout. It's an entirely different process to do stuff, but it's very affordable. I think it's like maybe 13 bucks a month, and that's pretty good. And that'll be Adobe Rush. Yeah, Adobe Rush. Debbie from Chicago, have you ever been to the oddities and curiosity shows? No, I haven't been, but I used to always see their vehicle billboards going up and down the Las Vegas Boulevard when I worked at the Win. And I do want to go. There's a lot of stuff I haven't done and I want to, and I'm getting closer and closer to having more time for myself and my wife to do these things. But right now, our focus is having a baby. So that's what we're working on next. My wife just had an appointment today, and they may end up asking me to go do some more stuff to catch up and go from there. But we'll see. I hope this happens soon. Jeremy Robbins, hi Sunny, Mississippi here. Oh, from the SIP. New to the channel, newly subscribed. Watched your panel with the nurse flavor. Been following Boutique Booth. Good stuff. Oh, good stuff to our store. Nice. Actually, we bought a white bull's head from uh, a white bull's head. Oh, is the bull's head the jade? I want to say I'm thinking of the jade. Thank you. I skipped down. Jeremy, thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you everybody. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. We still got some time here, so I'm not done. I got a lot of comments I'm seeing still that I got to catch up to. Barb Russell, wish you the desire of your heart for a healthy child. Yes, amen to that. My older son will need care for his young brother when we can't anymore. You are a couple with integrity. You deserve many blessings. I think just being here is a blessing. I think being able to talk to people and people visit like you all are is a blessing to me. I really look at that stuff in that simplest way. It's special and it's not to take lightly. I just after this is done, this live, like this is how I am. I'm like, oh my god, like this is crazy, awesome. This is fun, and it's not something I look at to take for granted. I really think about every one of y'all, and just try to do so much to not just share content, but to pour my vibes out in them, and hope that it's helping you in one way or another. Either have just a better day with a smile, learn from it, and have a combination of everything else that I'm not thinking of and just trying to make it fun and be myself more than anything. And again, like I said earlier, y'all all make me feel comfortable within myself to come out the way that I talk. And it's things that I've been told, like I could say things off the top of my head, and people are like, "How do you do that?" And I just have so much in my head that you all bring in that it has to pour out. It's like a special rainbow that just spews out of this mouth breather's mouth. I don't have any split ends either. I conditioned my hair to the max. I have never colored it either, or maybe good genetics. Maybe a combination of everything. I know I don't think I'll ever color my hair. I actually convinced my mother-in-law to not color her hair. It looks nice when she would color it, but when the roots grow out, I could see that she had a really nice silver hair, like full on silver. And I'm like, let it grow out, mom. She was like, no, no. And before you know it, it grew out really fast. Her hair is really lovely. I love her hair and I love the way the silver comes out. And I would recommend if you got nice silver hair or just not, nice white hair that's coming out, just let it grow out, folks. You're going to save a lot of money. You don't have to perm your hair or do anything. Just be comfortable being yourself. Because we know when you color your hair, for the most part, many people are obvious that their hair is colored. But be happy being you. But I would say give your hair a chance to grow out. YB, what does YB stand for? May I ask? Yeah, Tex Mix. Pachuco. Raven Hernandez. Hi. Oh, Riva. Am I saying that right? Reva. Marcia Gill. Marcy. Hi, Sonny. Sorry I'm late. Never late. You showed up. You're on time when you're here. Thumbs up from Leticia. Letty. Tara. Got Barb Russell from New Jersey. Happy Kitty. That's a Mike. Odessa, Texas. Oh, I think we played against Odessa. My high school. Where were we? At 1A? 2A? I forget. It's so long ago that I played football. It was in school. I would mod for you, Sonny. If you don't have an auction, here, text me. I will reach out to you. I'll reach out to you. I will mod. Portland. Oh, wow. How's the weather where everybody's at? I just got a message on Paul Philly Flippers. that they were in Texas and they got a cold front. And at the same time, I was actually talking to my sister who was in HEB. Funny what we used to say HEB stands for when we were kids. I don't really know what it stands for though, but it's a pretty cool grocery store. It was just funny in the middle of nowhere in this South Central Texas area. Pleasanton is where it's at. That my wife's, not my wife, my sister said that she was getting sushi, and I was like, "You're getting sushi?" She was like, "Yeah, we got it from the store. It's really good." And I was like, "You got to go to California or Vegas, my friend." So I'm hoping they come and visit sometime. I would really like them to see the house and hang out and bring my niece and nephew, Ivan and Mariah. Sonny's right. Marcy Gill from Apple Valley, California. Wow, that sounds good. I love me some apples, especially when I go to Twin Falls, Idaho. They had some really nice vineyards over there, apple vineyards. Really good pricing too. Always get a bucket and make caramel apples, which I got one other day, and it was kind of crazy that I was craving it. And if it's me inside a grocery store, my wife, if I grab it, my wife's usually the one that says, "You don't need that." But she ended up bringing me one because her coworker gave it to her and she knew I would love it. And I was like, oh my God. It was like 1 a.m. and I was eating it while she was studying. She has a big test coming up. It's almost like an NCLEX test, but she gets a certificate for it and she's pretty much paying herself. She passes it, you get like a couple $100 for it. But it's a really nice certificate for a resume. So that's her motivation. She studies hard, that girl. Whoa, did that say what I think it said? Hi, living in Bali, Indonesia. Greetings from Bali. Oh my God, Bali? I always wanted to go. It looks so beautiful online and what people say on TikToks. Maybe you can show her make it. We'll see. We'll see. Love the hair. Also, mine. I wash it and let it dry. I don't even blow dry. I don't blow dry my hair. Yeah. Um, and I've learned to sleep with it. Like I'll dry my hair as much as I can with the towel, but I don't do the back and forth. I more of like stroke it, maybe a little left, go down, and then work my way down to the ends. And then I end up doing the doggy shake where it's like I just do that like for a few minutes, not really a few minutes, but like 2 times for a few seconds to like spray the water up against the wall. And that'll be it. Ella's going to sleep. Oh, Ella. Good night, Ella. Always love seeing you. She always says hello, gives me nice warm greetings in her live auctions. So, folks, if you're interested in live auctions and seeing how they work, I would recommend following Ella. Save her first. Also, Don's up in here. Hudson Vintage, who does hers as well. So they're good to learn from. I'm telling you. Don't just look at it that you have to go and buy something. Learn from them. You could ask questions. You could be communicating in live chat. Be supportive of their channels as well. And to me, that makes a huge difference in the community where you're not just there being selfless and it's all about you. Because that's not the way I roll. Van de Bogart. Van de Bogart. Bogart. My family is from Jakarta. I've gotten Crystal to tell me how her name came about. You got to find that video. Great, Rosie. Who we got? Letty here. Cheryl de la Cruz. That's the best thing to do for hair. Totally agree. That pink glass prism was a great find. Oh, that actually sold a few days ago. I think it sold for $85. I think on eBay, and I sent an offer. I was looking at this stuff and everything that offer available to send. I ended up sending an offer. I think that's a pretty good price for $3 that I bought it for. I think $2 or $3. And I got an email from that. Actually, let me see if I can find an email because one of the viewers up in here, maybe not here right now, but one of the viewers ended up seeing that on the video and they thought the same thing, that it was just a paperweight, and lo and behold they're like, holy bajolies, it's worth more than what they thought. So that's how I thought at first. People want your stuff. Yes, email me video. People asking for the opera box, Phantom of the Opera, but no replies back. Was it Jackie? No, was it Jackie? Oh, I got to reach out to Jackie. She was asking for, she just moved here into Vegas, I believe to Henderson, and she has some stuff to donate. I need to reach back out to her. Teresa? No. It was a female. Annie? No. Okay, I can't find it. I got a lot of emails, folks. Was it Maggie? No, that's for sponsorship. All right, I forget who it was. I got a lot of emails. It's kind of crazy how that happens. But they ended up finding out what they had because of the video too. So I thought that was really, really nice that people could find things that they already have and learn more about them. And it's worth more than what we both thought. So how are you doing with the booth? Mel Ullman, hi. I would say we're doing pretty good. Rent is getting there, especially with the discount that Danny gave us for for Christmas. She gave us a $50 credit, so that definitely helps. And I think we're going to be able to make rent. I've we've the donations alone and people, like I said, the good vibes, like donations of items to donate has really helped because it's one thing in the oh my god 10 by 15 foot of space I thought was going to be easy to put stuff in there. It is not easy. You got to have the right customers for the right items, or the right items for the right customers coming in the door. But for being so new, a month into this and making rent, I think just now are pretty damn close to it. I think that's pretty good. I think that even on a holiday season like this, people coming in, people sharing the information about it, I think it's only going to grow. And Danny said when I interviewed her about it in the very beginning, one of the first videos that I shared about the place. I said, "Where do you see yourself in a year?" She said, "We're gonna outgrow this place," and I believe it. I think if you put your mind to it, you put in the work for it, you could do anything you want. So, but me and Mikey though, we got plans of our own for some things in the shop, but it's going good. I would say it's going better than I expected. To tell you the truth, because I thought it was going to be slow, but it's not. It's a good busy. St. Paul, Minnesota used to have a brick and mortar store. Now trying to figure out how to sell on eBay to have it in own name and username, listing clothing, recording, and books. Eileen, I will say ask questions to people, especially email, send photos. Like to me, you could say, "Hey, this is what I got. How do you sell it?" And I would say, like the records, I would go to Miss Lachey's page and message her because she's one that I see more active when it comes to records, vinyl records, LPs. Clothing, I love clothing. I've been selling there for since I started reselling, since 2015, and I believe in measurements. I believe in good photos. I'm kind of on the fence of if you need like a white background because I still have a lot of photos, even recent ones that I don't use a white background. I don't use Photo Room for it anymore as like I would like to, but I use the Photo Room app for other things to make thumbnails for my videos. So it's still of use for apps that I'm paying for, but you don't need it. Just have a good title. I always put the materials. I always put the measurements, even if the measurements say on the pant doesn't match the actual measurements that you take. I always put in the description approximate measurements. This is it, and then I'll put like an asterisk saying the tag has a different measurement. The actual measurements taken are as follows up above or down below, however you placed it in the description. But in the title, put the measurements that you took, but make sure to add that inside the description because I've had at least two people since all of these years that have messaged me saying, "Hey, the tag is actually the wrong size," and I always message them back saying, "Yeah, I have that in the description, but if it doesn't fit, try them on first. If it doesn't fit, let me know, and I'll be happy to accept your items back." And that's one thing I've learned off of reselling is that we always want to accept a buy, right? We always want to feel like it's guaranteed, but it's not guaranteed. Things are going to happen. But even with me changing over to um, free returns, I pay for the returns. I've had two, and one of them is in tomorrow's video that I'll share with you this one now. I showed Brioni by Cousins or Cousins by Brioni men's houndstooth blazer. It sold for around $82 plus shipping. And the person, once they received it, they said it doesn't fit. How do I return it? They returned it pretty fast. At the same time, I ended up getting a lady that bought a Porsche or Mustang hat. for around $29. She said she didn't like the hat. She was going to return it. She had up until the 27th of this month to return it. She didn't return it on time. I woke up this morning, I believe it's today the 28th, saying that the case was closed. eBay evaluated it, and it was I got to keep the money. Nothing happened. So case closed. But with the Brioni, as soon as I received it, the lapel or blazer, as soon as I received it, it relisted, or I relisted it for free when it gave me the option, and it sold for $82, like I said. But then it resold 3 days later for which is going to be today. How much did it sell for? It sold for $148 plus shipping. So that happens at times. So the thing is, though, I still need to wait for them to receive it. Hopefully they like it. Hopefully it fits. And then actually, no. That wasn't the actual price, because I thought I sent an offer. I don't think it's showing the discount. I think it was like 119. I think I sent an offer. I think it was 119, not 148. I think that was the original price. But that's the thing with I would say with stuff like free shipping, returns, and I'll pay the cost. I don't really have too much returns, because I think I put enough information in there to where it helps the customer understand what they're getting and comfortable about ordering something from me that may be more than what somebody else has identical to it, but that doesn't have information that makes them feel comfortable and happy about what they're receiving, and not guessing and making them feel like, what if it doesn't fit? And now they're planning it in their head, and all of a sudden they put it on, and they may have two shirts, not realizing they're putting it on wrong some way or another. So I believe in measurements, and I am opening up to returns and things like that. And I don't get very much, maybe like I think this was the recent one of the 2 returns, but one never even followed through. But I think for every 100, I may get 1 return, aside from the 2 that I just told you about, because 1 didn't even fall through. Estee Lauder used to make their perfumes with oils. I use Estee from Estee Lauder. Yeah, well, the perfume that I had on that one was a paste, which is what was unique to me. I like Funkos you got in the background. These are just a little bit of the Funkos. I probably have like 100 and something more inside my garage. I used to have like around 300. Those most expensive perfumes have oils. Ida Greenfield, we got another member. Oh my god, folks, this feels like my Christmas came. Got some gifts. Let's welcome Ida in. Here we go. Here's the welcome.
Yeehaw! Round up the team, we got another one.
Round up the team, we got another one. Welcome, Ida. I have a really good cousin named Ida. She's always been nice, kind heart. Out in Texas, stay true to yourself. Never stray away from the valleys. It'll be all right. So many temptations out there. There are a lot of temptations, and to me, they're more like aggressive. Like I want to get my hands on people, but I'm like, no, it's not worth it. They're not worth it, and it's not worth it for me to take away from things that I've been working on. Have to get off. All right, Kathy, thank you so much for stopping by. You're always showing love, not only in the live chats, but in the comments, and you show up when you can. And I appreciate you all for doing that too. Don says, you're so smart. If I knew it all, I can't learn. Awesome philosophy. Yeah. Just think simple, folks. Don't try to be a know-it-all. Unless you are a know-it-all at whatever you're talking about. There's a difference. Cynthia. Hi, Sonny from Catskills, New York. I live where 69 original Woodstocks. What? A lot of history there. Then, if you ever come this way, I have an awesome music venue and museum. Mikey was just asking me the other day. He was like, "Have you been here?" And I was like, "I've never been." Have you been here? And I was like, "I've never been." Have you been? He was like, "Oh my God, you need to get out." And I do. I was saying that earlier. I need to get out more. But I get caught up in the reseller world and sharing this, and this is amazing to me. But I do need to learn a lot more about Vegas, and that's going to only let me run into more and more people who I could share with you all, or just I could learn from. So I'm definitely down. But I want to tell you what me and Mikey are up to for next year, but we'll tell you that in a future video. George is a rock star. Yes, he is. Yeah, I like his videos. And I like him, not just his videos. It was great meeting him in person. Barb Hoyt. Hi, Sonny. I think I know Caesar and his wife. Oh, do you? Are you here in Vegas, Sue? What's the Stormtrooper Funko in the background? Oh, that's oh man, I can't see the name, but it's number 391. It's a big one. I had to get it. Judy can't stay, but want to say hi from Toronto. Well, thanks for coming by, Judy. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a good day, a good week. Jeremy, great advice. Save your content, publish when you're ready. Yeah, it really is because we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to when we have to do something. But content creating, if you haven't started yet, it's okay not to publish something today. As long as you start recording, because now you're going to have just so much stuff that you could say, okay, now I'm not in a rush. Now I get to take my time and try to do like one video a week. And if you could do it the next week, and if you start building up, and that's one thing I've been learning too is like how to manage the content that I want to record and come across things and have, if I love it and enjoy it, I'm all about it. So the last few days, excuse me, the last few days I haven't shared any videos, and that kind of resembles what I'm saying. It reflects on it that I've been busy in other things and I wasn't into recording. And I think people can appreciate that it's okay not to have a video every day or every other day, and people enjoy us when they get to see us, and it be something from the heart rather than forcing yourself to be not in the good moment, and it comes across that way because it really does. You could see some parts of videos where it's like, oh, I'm kind of not feeling it, and all of a sudden they find their way in a video and their emotions come out and their soul pours out, and you're like, oh, here it is. That's what I'm talking about. But we're human. That doesn't always happen. Hold on here. Look forward to watching Carla when she is ready. Me too. Me too, Barb. I'm me too. And I'm always watching her videos when she puts them out. Sonny, I like the items you picked up. You're really nice and interesting. You're doing a great job. Thank you. I like that you are so kind and thoughtful. I think I'm thoughtful and kind because I didn't, I may have had it, but I feel like I didn't have it. And being able to do that on my own, it really shows people that people aren't all bad. You could come across so much negative people, and all you need is that one person. Like they say, the bad apple. Well, you could be the good apple in a bunch of in a group of bad apples, and as long as you keep it up, they could either eat away at you, or they could take from you and start to slowly transition into not being so negative all the time. Because you got to be more positive than negative, and that's one thing. Even with my wife, when she feels a little down about work, I'm like, hey, what's a good thing about what happened? And she may say like nothing. And I'm like, okay, but did you see any cute babies? Because she works with babies. Did you see your favorite coworker? Oh yeah, I did. You can't just drop it off at okay, that's acceptable. You're content with the people you care about and love to be stuck negative. You got to draw at all of them, and sometimes it takes a little bit of pressure and a little bit of elbowing to be like, hey, come on, you and usually it's like you want to eat something. That's always a go-to when it comes to not feeling good. Marcy, I like the items. Okay, I got that one. And then we got Paul, folks. Oh my god, Sonny, AK subs. No way. Did I just get AK? I thought I was at AK. Where am I at right now? I don't know where I'm at. Yeah, I've been at AK. I'm now at 8,462. Thanks to you all. Where have you been, Paul, that you haven't noticed that, my friend? You've been busy. I know you have. Barbara, so you make me smile. You all make me smile inside and out. Seriously, you do. Like my cheeks are tight right now. Hold on. I need to go down because I see something. And so this person right here, folks, Mary, her and I are becoming really, really close more and more. She gives me advice and is tells me how it is. And although people could all tell you how it is, but she gives me pointers and tells me about what she's done, how she's done it, how it's like worked, and believes in me. And that's really, really good to know. Like all of you believe in me and Mikey and people who you follow on people that we don't know. but Mary has really helped me out a lot, especially when it came to that unique ashtray that I found. She was like, Sonny, I don't know everything, but I'm going to look this up. And she did it on her own. And I'm very happy for that, because I do that on another side for Omar, who's a close friend of mine. El Omex, he has his own channel. It's a Spanish YouTube channel. He goes and picks up items from the side of the road, like trash picking, kind of like taco stacks, but a Spanish channel. And the guy's really good, really humble, sends me pictures of stuff, and I do my best to research it for him and help him out. And I don't ask for anything in return. I just like the friendship that we have, and that's what has grown with me and Mary here. It's more than a friendship; it's an absolute friend, not just friendly friendships, and that's pretty special to have, especially not meeting somebody face to face, which is what the world's coming to. Eventually, one day, hopefully, we get to see each other in person. But I see this right here, Merry Christmas. I'm a little late, never late, because you're always hitting me up, and I appreciate you so much. Let's do this with the little, oh, wrong one. This little super chat. Super chat. That that's also on CapCut. That's my voice just altered with their little tools that they have. So I recommend it, folks. No sponsorships, no anything. They have that on there. Am I caught up? Peanut butter chocolate. Are we talking about food right now? Jason Jameson? Peanut butter chocolate chip cookies. Now I'm getting hungry, folks. But tonight, after I get off here in a little bit, my wife didn't tell me to do this. I've just been thinking about it since yesterday. Like, I want to sweep the floor. I'm probably gonna vacuum it. Tell you the truth, in some areas, the little crannies that it's hard to get into with the vacuum, I'll sweep that. That's a thing. Men, don't make it hard on yourself. And also on guys, if you're not used to cleaning and running things and women, maybe some women don't know, is that on the vacuum they have these little prongs on there, right? Where you put the string. See if that little sucker turns down, and the whole I didn't know that until like a month ago. Carla goes, why do you keep unrolling it that way? I was like, because that's what you do. And she was like, push me to the side, nice little pleasant shove, like, I got this. And she pulls that little lever down where all the strings at the cord goes down, and I'm like, you broke it. And she just starts laughing. She's just like, ay, ay, ay. She hit herself. She didn't hit me, but she was like, ay, ay, ay. Like, she was like, must I teach you everything? So I kind of want to do that. And she said she wants to clean the house every week. And I'm like, I could do this. So tomorrow when she shows up, she's going to say, what do you want? It's probably what she's going to say. Why are you cleaning? What do you want? And it shouldn't be that way. I don't want anything but her just to love me. Priscilla, I knew a couple who tried for years to have a child. Once they adopted a newborn, she found out she was pregnant with twins. Whoa! They raised them like triplets. That's beautiful. I have a few friends like that too that were trying, and all of a sudden they had twins, and I think they just, after they had their twins, because they were told they can't do it on their own. CapCut. Oh, let me put that in there. It is called, and it's a free app. So this free app, folks. But back to the story of my friend before I forget. Yeah, they had to go through in vitro, and then after that, a year later, or maybe 2 years later, I call him up, and he's just like, an error occurred. Wait a moment, try again. How are you gonna give me an error? There you go. Did that go through? CapCut. Okay, on StreamYard, it's not showing CapCut was allowed. It's saying error. Wait a moment, try again. So weird. Got Angie Ferguson in the house. Hi, Angie. Oh, look at that putty. Is that a Scotty or what is that? Chihuahua? Crystal, how was Christmas? Got Mary. Thank you. Got it. Yeah, it's a free app. So on the app, folks, do I got my phone? On the app, when you open it up, at first it's like, oh my God, there's so much going off. When you could do a voiceover, which is really nice. You could add your own music to it, but I would recommend not putting full on music if you're going to share reels. And this has been my go-to for TikTok, Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, YouTube Reels, not to put on full music soundtracks on there or whatever music on it. I would use like sound effects. I usually use like a gunshot or like a kind of like an intro of something coming in. I got my own like Western theme. So when you go on Instagram, you could add the music from Instagram, and that's better than having it from CapCut because CapCut is TikTok. From what TJ Lovelady told me, they're the same company, just two different platforms of things, and that's where most of the music is from on CapCut is from TikTok. So I thought that was pretty cool. So learning from everybody as much as I can. It's a really good app. You could if you're already say talking, you're recording yourself. If you go to text inside the app, it's gonna have text auto caption, and that automatically will auto caption everything that you put. But with me having an accent, it'll think I'm saying another word. But you could change the font on it. You could do little animations to it. You could delete some of the font. It's not gonna take away what you said. There's no way of doing that. But you could have it to where it's just the keywords that you're talking about that could either pop up or animate in its own way. It's a really fun app. At the end of that app, when you do it, you could have, or it'll have CapCut, like its own little video clip, but you could click on that and remove it. And you could save it to your phone and upload it everywhere else. So it's not something like on TikTok where you could save the video, but then now you have all the watermarks. It's a really good app and it's free. They also do what's another thing CapCut does? They also do giveaways. So they'll say, here's a template of a video and here's some ideas of the video, but you could change it your own way and win surprises. I think that's really cool. I keep saying I want to do it and I see it. I just end up trying it and then I never upload the video. I just never finish it. Jessica Chapa says, hello, Sonny. Hi, Chapa. ¿Cómo estás? Dawn, oh my God, I have been wanting that. Yeah, I'm sure there's other apps. I just been using that for months now. What's up, Bowels? Got Lissa in the house. Got what a delight surprise. Hello, Sonny. You're looking very happy and refreshed. Glad things are well. Things are going good, my friend. Things are going good. I hope the same for all of y'all. Angie says, just saying hi from Tennessee, sending good vibes for you, Carla, and have a baby. Thank you. Thank you, Angie. Lisa says 365 vintage. 365 vintage is going to be Mary, just to let y'all know. They both are awesome. You are so kind. We got Carrie. Oh my God, Carrie, are you gonna be? Yes, I was just gonna ask you that. I'm just now reading the rest of it. What time are you gonna go, Carrie? Because I got two things for you. One of them, I think you're both good. You're gonna love both of the things. But one thing I found today, I was like, oh my God, Carrie's gonna go crazy over this. Oh my God, I can't wait to show you. So stay tuned for that video for tomorrow. Maybe come out. What's tomorrow? Friday. Maybe Sunday. I'll have a video Sunday. So I'll get back to video soon. I know I need to edit tonight after I vacuum and mop, and clean downstairs in the house, and then maybe tomorrow I'll finish up with the carpet vacuuming. Carrie, yes, Carrie is at 1. Oh, you'll be there at 1. Okay, yeah, that's a good time. That is a good time. I will be there. Carrie, love you. Priscilla says, everybody showing love to Carrie, which I don't blame you. Carrie's freaking amazing. Yeah, glad things are going good. I am too, Linda. I wasn't scared of starting full-time reselling. I'm glad I did. I think if I wasn't even thinking about this, it's just now popping in my head. If I was to not go full-time reselling, I don't think I would have showed Danny and everybody else who's had been following me in my journey that I've been committed as I am. Naturally, I don't feel pressured to do what I'm doing. I feel happy where I'm at, and I'm just very thankful. I'm thankful that I feel this way, and I hope other people are feeling this way as well. If not, they find their way and get to feel the way I feel. If not, even better, for just being alive, I'm going to say. It's a huge part because a couple of years ago, that would have been a different story, my friends. And I don't want to talk about those days. Carrie, I miss your face. Carrie Snyder Parker. Just your face. Hi, Don. Okay, lunch. Pff, people like to see us eat, Carrie. Just jokes. People don't like to see us eat. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about earlier. That reminds me. So some of the sponsors I got were actually from snacks. Somebody was going to send me international snacks if I could try them on a video, and immediately I'm like, sorry, buddy. People don't like me and Mikey eating, and I wouldn't eat by myself, so I would ask Mikey. But people don't like us eating on the show. People don't like me crunching into some crispy chickens from Karen, crispy fried chicken. People don't like Mikey eating cookies. And even though that's part of what we do, I just don't feel like that sponsor would work well. The snacks might be amazing. They look amazing, but it doesn't work for the audience. So it's a no-go because it's not just about me. I know my audience enough to where it's like, no, it's not going to work out. The life of YouTube is so glam. Yes and no. Because balancing things with the relationship and things at home, it's like a seesaw. You think you're doing great, and then the next day you slip at one, and the house always comes first. Muy bien. I have a 2-year-old who loves watching you, Danny, Mikey, and Carrie. Oh, so nice. A 2-year-old, and that's one thing we try to think about too, is who watches this. So there's some things I say that I'm like, oh, it's not for kids, but it's not polluted with just bad stuff. I am very considerate of all ages. Omar, who I mentioned earlier, El Omex, who has a Spanish YouTube channel, also a close friend of mine. His kids, he sent me a video of his daughter watching my YouTube videos. So it's like that's who I think about, the kids as well. So I'm very considerate. I don't want anybody to look at the channel like it's just for adults, because I think I'm far from an adult anyways. Parker, how are you? Was your holiday good? Carrie, how was your holiday? I leave for Buffalo Saturday. That is true. Okay, I will see you tomorrow. See you, my Joni. Miss you too, Crystal. Miss your face. Lissa says, wait, what? He's gonna clean, vacuum, and mop. Damn, Sonny knows sexy talk to us women. I like to clean up. Like, I wash dishes every day, like twice a day, sometimes more, because I feed Tip and I clean his bowl, especially his water bowl. Now the thing is, cleaning up after myself, that is a totally different story. But I really have been kind of craving, craving of wanting to just clean the floors up. They're not bad, they're good, but I just want that certain, like, pine saw smell and that little just fresh cleanliness, and waking up to it tomorrow. And then my wife coming in and just surprising her with like, hey, I could do this stuff without you having to yell at me for it. She doesn't yell at me, but she does scold me at times. Sending hugs, Carrie. Everybody's sending Carrie hugs. I'm sending you all hugs inside here, folks. All 95 of y'all, plus the other people that were in there earlier. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. I do have memberships that are ongoing available. You get to decide which one you want. It helps the channel. Thank you all for all you have been doing, from the super chats, memberships, the love, the support. I'm going to get working on cleaning the floor like I was talking about. I asked the members, I believe, of the channel about a few weeks ago. I asked what would they prefer, or maybe I asked everybody, was on Thursdays, would they prefer live or a video? And majority of the people said um, they wanted a video. So that has changed. And Mikey was talking to me about it, that saying, hey, have you noticed since you haven't been doing your lives, your channel has been growing? And he was kind of telling me his theory of YouTube algorithm. And I was like, yeah, you're right. I haven't been doing lives, and the channel's been growing, and I've been using videos for it. But both of us don't want to stop lives, because I love the interaction like this, talking with people. So I'm thinking I may do it once a month, to where it's enough time to have something to talk about, catch everybody up, and then mingle with y'all and talk about maybe some highlights. But I think for this month, once a month, this month, this would be it. But next week, being a new year, there's going to be something Archie Biscuit Butt, if you follow him, he brought up to Carrie and to me and messaged us months ago saying, "Hey, let's do a fitness challenge." So that's been ever since the Boss Reseller remix. So that's been months ago. And he's brought it up, and so has Carrie. When I got to see him just the other day, we went to the bins and also had Christmas together at their place. So we're gonna talk about that. I believe I'm gonna see maybe next week and see if we could get Archie on here, get Carrie on here. Don, I hope, will be on here too, and whoever else we can. And we're gonna try to come up with a way to make this a fun, interactive thing. Maybe come up with some teams, have some accountability friends, and see how that works. And it's not to be like get a 6-pack or you need to run miles per day. It's really just to encourage people to just be mobile, feel a little healthier, try to do something a little bit better for yourself rather than sitting around, unless that's all you could do, because some people do have some health and physical issues that I don't blame them. But trying to do something for yourself is really a positive thing, and it helps you. It helps every one of us keep us here just a bit longer with one another. If you catch my drift. Did somebody say fitness? This is Lizette, folks, who I was talking about earlier, who I said inspires me without having to tell me about fitness. She brings it up, and I'm like, yep, I'm thinking about Lizette. She works her butt off. She's great in the community. When she supports you, she supports you. I could tell that even in person, she would be amazing to hang out with and just get to learn from her, as well as Poshmark, like I was talking about earlier. So questions of that. Maybe I could have her on next time, but it'll be a future live. But I would try to get as much people as I can, because there's questions I have and maybe you have, and maybe I'll do it in a way to where I bring it up in the video, who I'm going to bring on. And if you have questions about what they're proficient in, that you could come in and ask them and go on there, either highlight some questions as well, which I had today. I just forgot to pop them up. But Lizette here is an amazing person, and I recommend you checking out her videos. She's been having more and more videos, and she's a workaholic, just like I believe y'all would like. Angie, good night, Sonny, Carrie, everyone else already hit the like button. Always have a good rest of your night. Thank you, Lisa Keller. Happy New Year's, Feliz Navidad, everybody. I will see y'all. Well, I have a video tomorrow after I clean the house. Super radical, super radical. That's a good word. All right, folks. Thank you all. Have a good night. I hope you enjoyed this live time with me, and I will do it again next week. I'm going to have some friends on here and talk about more of the fitness stuff. If not next week, the week after. I know it's soon, but it's a new year, and I hope it helps everybody. Hope my videos, you enjoy them, as well as my friends that I often show, and new people coming into my lives that I get to see in person. So thank you. And if you're going to the shop, folks, I will be there tomorrow. Carrie said she'll be there tomorrow. I'm going to be there around 10:30, 11. I got something for Carrie I got to pick up, plus something I already have in the truck waiting for her. I'm excited about it. So stay tuned for those videos. Now I'm going to go clean the house. Thanks for watching. Have a great night. Like Carrie does, sending kisses. My kisses to y'all. Take it easy, everybody. I'm out of here.